My name is Ella, and I've been studying ceramics for 5 years. I've learned a lot along my journey, but I'm here to tell you about a couple of problems potters face and how my company, Glaze Lab, will be the one to solve them. We are rapidly approaching 8 billion people on this planet, and I believe there's at least one thing we all have in common: the desire to be unique and special. This is where potters run into problem 1, a lack of glaze range in Australia. As a creative business person, I believe for a business to succeed, there must be a gap in the market. I believe I've identified this gap. There are less than a handful of glaze manufacturers in Australia, meaning there are only a couple of dozen glaze colours to choose from. So, in the end, no matter how unique the shape of your piece is, it ends up looking kind of the same as everyone else's. These are some photos of the shelves at my local pottery school. Each piece of pottery has been completed by a different student, and, as beautiful as they all are, as you can see, there's only a couple of glaze colours to choose from. So everyone's work ends up looking kind of the same, which goes against our basic human desire to be unique and special. A uniqueness in my glaze finish is something that I really struggled with when I was a beginner ceramicist. I even remember importing commercial glazes from the US and the UK, costing me hundreds of dollars in shipping, just to try to get my products to look unique and special. This is where we run into pottery problem number 2. Importing glazes is expensive. A unique finish on our pieces is something that all us potters desire, and I found myself wondering, how many thousands of Australian ceramicists and hobby potters, the weekend warriors, have wasted their money on shipping from overseas? This is money that could have been kept in Australia, supporting our local businesses and jobs, and reducing our carbon footprint. And now we come to another thing that I have learned in my ceramics journey. Pottery problem number 3. Glaze recipes are confusing. This is your typical glaze recipe. I mean, what is half this stuff? Nepheline cyanide? Dolomite? Wait a minute. Uranium oxide? Uranium? Isn't that radioactive? I don't want to have to be a chemist just to make my pots look good and be safe. Well, Glaze Lab to the rescue. Glaze Lab combats these 3 issues that potters face in one foul swoop. Glaze Lab is a manufacturer of fresh, exciting, small batch artesian pottery glazes for sales to consumers and to the B2B market. We're introducing new glaze mixes to the market, increasing customer choice and allowing potters to achieve that unique and special look they're after on their pots. We're also doing this in a fresh and fun way, releasing new glaze lines at the start of every season to keep the consumer interest high. This also opens up the opportunity for alternative sales models such as a subscription service. Not only that, but we're Australian made, owned, operated, and we source Australian ingredients where we can. This keeps our jobs in Australia, helps consumers connect with the brand. I mean, who doesn't have a bit of Aussie pride seeing that Australian made tag? And it also keeps shipping costs low. No need to import heavy glazes from overseas anymore, saving the consumer hundreds of dollars. Glaze Lab takes the headache and worry out of glaze recipes. By premixing the glazes, we've already sourced all the ingredients for the consumer, packaged them up in either a brushable or dippable glaze format, and had them lab tested for food safety, as well as testing them in-house to ensure they adhere to a multitude of different clay bodies. Safety is a huge importance to Glaze Lab, so in line with Australian standards, we have also employed outside contractors to author custom material safety data sheets for each glaze in the product line, so there is no doubt in the consumer's mind about the safety of the glaze, the legitimacy of our product, and the commitment of our company to the safety of our consumers. Now it's time for your favourite part, facts and figures. There's just 2 figures I want you to remember, 367 and 24. By our calculation, the average cost of ingredients and the tub required to make one 500ml unit of brushable glaze is $3.67. We researched our competitors' glazes and found that they sell for, on average, anywhere upwards of $24. That's over $20 worth of room for overheads and profit. This great gap between cost and recommended retail price also means we can target B2B sales towards existing pottery retailers, selling at $12 a tub. putting our glaze out into the physical world, as well as having an online presence, all for minimal overheads. So to recap, Glaze Lab is the name you need to remember. And our game? Helping Australian potters fulfil their basic human desire to be unique and special by breathing life into a tired glaze market at the start of every season. Glaze Lab, an Australian-owned, small-batch artesian glaze manufacturer, bringing fresh and exciting glazes into a market that is in much need of an update. Please consider investing in my startup that I'm so passionate about bringing into this world. I can be contacted on the following details to arrange a meet and greet. Thank you.